I always knew when something bad was about to happen. Long before my sisters and I drank the empowerment brew and became witches, I got this sense of uneasiness right before a major shift in my world. The phone would ring and I would know instantly that Cal had an accident at work and was being taken to the ER for stitches, or that Sibby was in tears because her latest lover hadn't worked out, or that it would be Elise calling to tell me that the house we had just closed on and planned to restore had mold and was going to cost a boatload more than our projected budget. Some people might call it intuition, others instinct. I called it the knowing. I knew, for example, as I waited for my doctor to arrive, that I had multiple sclerosis. Or, as I was coming to think of the incurable autoimmune disease, Miss Priss. Whenever I thought about Miss Priss, I pictured a pinch-faced, tight-lipped woman. Steel gray hair twisted up in a no-nonsense bun. High-necked, long-sleeved purple dress with silver buttons down the front. Crow's feet winging out from her narrowed eyes. She carried a cane, and I could never predict when she would give me a whack that would make part of me go numb. MS was often a diagnosis of last resort, which translated to a monkey-butt ton of expensive invasive tests to rule out other causes for the weird hodgepodge of symptoms. Fatigue, diminished eyesight, numbness. I'd been dealing with them all. The bevy of tests were as bad as the symptoms. MRIs, CT scans, lumbar punctures. I'd had them all, ruling out one diagnosis after another, narrowing the field. I'd seen more doctors in the last year than I had my entire life, including when I was having trouble conceiving. I'd spent more of my life in a backless gown than any one person should. Too bad no one else believed in the knowing. I could have saved time, discomfort, and money. Well, Cal did. But Cal didn't know about Miss Priss. I still hadn't figured out how to tell him his wife had an incurable disease. After a while, it seemed safer to just wait to get the diagnosis. Hit him up with facts instead of hysterics. I'd played the conversation over and over in my mind. Cal would ask, "Are you sure?" I would respond with, "I know." And then he would have to digest it in his own quiet way. And that's where my imagination hit a brick wall. No gown required for my latest visit. I sat in the doctor's office wearing jeans and a white button-down shirt and waited for the knowing to be confirmed. Miss Priss was with me, the way she always was, expressionless and severe, her cane at the ready. I tried very hard not to panic. Bad things happen to the people around me when fear took hold. The door opened and Dr. Steinberg strode in. Her black hair was cut in a short bob, and beneath her white lab coat, she wore a gray pencil skirt and a cream shell with black heels. The woman exuded a sort of confidence that I envied. She sat down behind the desk and asked, "How are you feeling, Maeve?" Not "how are you?" "How are you feeling?" It was a subtle difference in word choice that stripped away my personhood and stuffed me into a mental hospital gown. I have good days and bad. My energy levels are all over the place and I can't seem to concentrate. That's to be expected. She exhaled and took off her glasses, pinched the bridge of her nose. I waited for her to look up. I have it, don't I? To her credit, she didn't back down. I'm afraid so. I've spoken with other neurologists and we all agree. I'm sorry. You have multiple sclerosis. Whack! The blow wasn't physical this time, but the words had an impact. I had known, but foolish me, I'd held out hope that maybe I was wrong, even though I never had been before. Hope was such a damn dirty tease.